Okay, this is Jody Meyer, Chair of the Historic Resources Commission. We will now call to order the July 16th, 2020 meeting of the Historic Resources Commission. Lynn, remind me, under general business, we have attendance, but we don't need to do anything with that.
Commissioner Meyer, Lynn Braddock-Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. For this evening's meeting, if you would take a roll call for attendance, that would be great.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. Obviously, Jody Meyer is attending. Is Kent Fry present?
Kent Fry is present.
Brenna Buchanan Young present?
Oops. Present.
Chad Foster present?
Lynn Braddock-Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. Chad is not with us this evening, nor is Dave Evans.
Okay. Kelly Irby present?
Present.
And Sarah Holder present.
Present.
Great. All right, we will then.
Hey, Jody, I'm going to jump in here really quick before we get going. And I'm going to read our intro to the meeting. This is the intro that we've been reading at all of our Zoom meetings. So good evening and welcome to the July 16th, 2020 Historic Resources Commission meeting. My name is Luke Mortensen and I'll be facilitating the Zoom video portion of tonight's meeting. With me is Lynn Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator and Staff Liaison to the HRC. We will work alongside the chair who is on remote video to facilitate tonight's meeting proceedings. Currently, I have everybody muted. I don't actually. So we can talk to the general ground rules for tonight's meetings. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast live on the city's YouTube channel and public access cable channel 25. During the meeting, please mute yourself by clicking on the microphone icon found on the lower left-hand corner of the Zoom menu next to the video icon. When you're muted, a red line will appear over the icon. This will make it easier for everyone to hear the meeting. Just remember to unmute if and when you want to speak. In the menu, you can also turn your camera on and off by clicking the video icon located next to the microphone icon. For the purposes of this public meeting, please keep your video on for the duration. If you are participating by phone, you can enter *6 to mute and unmute your phone. Somewhere on your Zoom screen, you will also see a choice to toggle between speaker and gallery view. Speaker view shows the active speaker. Gallery view will tile all around the meeting participants. Be aware that we will not be screen sharing as a part of this meeting this evening. All attachments, reference materials, and submissions from the public are included in the agenda packet. A few reminders to ensure that the provisions of the Kansas Open Meetings Act are met. Commissioners, you must state your name and title each time you speak. Members of city staff must also state their name and title each time they speak. I would ask that the applicants and members of the public identify themselves each time they speak to ensure that everyone is able to follow along. Individuals who signed up in advance to provide public comments remotely will be called upon by name. When you are called upon, please unmute your listening device and state your name before speaking. The chair will then call for in-person public comment for those who are physically present. Staff will direct in-person folks to the podium to speak while following social distancing and safety protocols. All motions will need to be stated clearly. After a motion is made and seconded, the chair will call on each commissioner individually to provide their vote. The chair will then need to announce whether the motion carried and the count of the vote. I want to remind everyone again to please mute yourself when you are not speaking, and at this point, I will turn it back over to the chair. Thank you, everybody. Jody, I think you're still muted.
I was, thank you. Commissioner Meyer here. we'll move on to communications. Have we received any communications from other commissions, State Historic Preservation Officer, and/or the general public?
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator, we've received no communications.
This is Commissioner Meyer. Does anyone have any disclosure of ex parte communications this evening? All right. I'll consider that we have no disclosure of ex parte communications this evening. Are there any declaration of abstentions for specific agenda items by commissioners this evening? All right, hearing none, I will find that there's no abstentions for specific agenda items by commissioners this evening. Do we have any committee reports?
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator, no, we do not have any committee reports this evening.
Thank you. Commissioner here. We will move on to the consent agenda. The first item on the consent agenda is the February 21st, 2019 action summary.
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator,
And
we brought this
I
back.
admit that we have discussed this several times at other meetings, so I'm not sure where we're.
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. This action summary is back before you tonight. We were double checking the roll call to see who was present at that meeting. The only person that's here this evening that was at that meeting is Commissioner Buchanan Young. So we did check, and you can have a motion and a second with her being the one to approve the vote.
This is Commissioner Meyer, meaning only her approving the vote?
Correct.
Okay. This is Commissioner Meyer. Is there a motion to approve the February 21st, 2019 action summary?
I move that we defer until there's enough people to make a vote.
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. Commissioner Buchanan Young, you're the only one that was at that meeting that's still on the commission.
This is Commissioner Fry. I move that we approve the minutes for the action summary for February 21st, 2019.
This is Jody Meyer. Commissioner, I will second that motion. Since there's been a motion and a second, I guess we'll take the vote of Ms. Buchanan Young.
Yes. Aye.
Okay. All right. Since there's a motion and a second, and the vote is, I guess, 1-0, Lynn?
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. You would do this like you do any other motion with commissioners abstaining from the vote, and then Commissioner Buchanan would make her vote, and then you would have a final tally.
Oh, okay. So we need to go through everybody abstaining then. Sorry, I think my internet is off. All right, we'll go through then the commissioners. Commissioner Meyer, I am abstaining. Commissioner Fry.
Commissioner Fry abstains.
Okay. Commissioner Young, could you please state your vote again?
Aye. Oh, this is Commissioner Buchanan. Aye.
Commissioner Irby.
I abstain.
And Commissioner Holder.
Commissioner Holder, I abstain.
Okay. There was a motion and there was a second. The motion carries on the vote of 1 in favor, 4 abstain. All right, we will move on then to the administrative approvals. Looks like there's been design review applications that have been submitted. I'm sorry, I somehow keep muting myself. Move on then to the administrative approvals. Lynn, do you have anything to add about the design review applications?
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. Happy to stand for any questions you may have. Kyle Kobe is also on the call. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer those. Otherwise, it would be appropriate for motion.
This is Commissioner Meyer. Is there a motion to confirm the design review applications according to the standards and information listed in the staff reports for each application?
This is Commissioner Fry. I move that we confirm the attached design review applications according to the standards and information listed in the staff report for each of the applications.
Okay. This is Commissioner Meyer. Is there a second?
This is Commissioner Holder. I second.
Since there's been a motion and a second, we'll take roll call vote. Commissioner Meyer, I vote in favor. Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Commissioner Irby?
Aye.
And Commissioner Holder?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 5-0. We will then move on to public comment. Has there been any public comment?
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. We had no one sign up for public comment via the Zoom meeting, and there is no one here in the City Commission room for public comment.
This is Commissioner Meyer. Thank you. Since there is no public comment, we will move on then to the public hearing items. There's one public hearing item this evening, DR-20-189, 637 Indiana Street.
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. This is a design review application for a new accessory structure to be located at 637 Indiana Street. The applicant requests to build a 684 square foot accessory structure on the property. The structure will be 24 feet long from north to south and 28 feet 6 inches long from east to west. The structure will be 23 feet in height. It will have a gabled roof, and there will be a gable roof dormer on the south elevation. Materials include wood lap siding, wood shingles, and a composition roof. You're reviewing this project tonight because the primary structure on the property is a contributing structure to the Old West Lawrence Historic District, National Register of Historic Places, and the property is located in the environs of the Wilder Clark House located at 643 Indiana Street, and the Robert E. House residence located at 645 Mississippi Street. You're reviewing this for a certificate of appropriateness and for a state law review using the Secretary of the Interior standards. Standards 9 and 10 for the state law review apply. Standard 9 and the environs definitions for the above mentioned properties for the certificate of appropriateness. If you look in your packet, the drawings are there. It's a very simple design. I hope you had a chance to go out to the site and see. It is a large structure, but if you look down the alley adjacent on either side of the proposed site where this structure will be are large accessory structures. This structure will be in line with those structures that exist now. And with that, I'd be happy to stand for any questions you might have.
This is Commissioner Meyer. Do any commissioners have questions of Lynn? Is the applicant present, and do they wish to say anything?
We are, but I don't think we need to say anything right now.
Okay. All right, Lynn, has there been any public comment on this item?
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. We've had no public comment submitted to the office for this item.
Jody Meyer, Commissioner, will bring it back to the commission for discussion. Or a motion, either one. And I suppose we should say we have two motions.
I move that in accordance with the Secretary of the Interior standards for rehabilitation, the standards for review, they find the project does not damage or destroy any historic property included in the National Register of Historic Places or the State Register of Historic Places. In addition, I have to find that we issue the certificate of appropriateness because in accordance with Chapter 22 of the City Code, the standards of evaluation find that the proposed project will not significantly encroach on, damage, or destroy landmarks or their environs.
This is Commissioner Fry, and I would second that motion.
Okay, I will take roll call for a vote. Commissioner Meyer, I say yay. Commissioner Fry,
Yes?
Commissioner Young,
Aye.
Commissioner Irby, and Commissioner Holder.
Aye.
Okay, and I guess I considered that to be a motion regarding both the state law review and certificate of appropriateness, which passes 5-0. Lynn, is that okay that we did them at the same time?
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. Yes, that's fine.
Okay, so the motion carries 5-0. Good luck on your project. We will then move on to miscellaneous items from city staff or commission members.
Lynn Braddock Zollner, Historic Resources Administrator. The only item I have for you this evening is that we will not have an August Historic Resources Commission meeting. We did not receive any applications that require a public hearing. So hopefully you can take August off and come back ready in September.
All right. Fantastic. Do any commission members have any other miscellaneous items?
Can
Alrighty,
I'll throw this in. The upcoming version of an embattled Lawrence is everybody, just nod your head, familiar with the book Embattled Lawrence? So they're fundraising for the next 3 volumes to make a 4-volume set, and that's coming up. So just kind of watch your emails and the hubbub around town. I think it's pretty exciting to continue Lawrence's history. His history is what's written, and we're doing people have gone back and rewritten things that they've written over the last year because of our current cultural climate. So be watching for it, and hopefully you support it.
This is Commissioner Meyer. Thank you for giving us a heads up about that. Since we have no other agenda items, I would move we adjourn. Is there a second?
This is Commissioner Fry, second that.
Somebody wants to second an adjournment.
I thought we didn't need to
All right.
and then second for adjournment.
All right, the July meeting of the Historic Resources Commission is now adjourned.
Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.